Welcome to AER Int channel and welcome back to Sheet Metal Course. In the previous video, we introduced forming tools and we showed some of the standard tools that are available in Solidworks design library, just as standard. However, we also mentioned that it's quite unlikely that we'll want to use these exact tools because there isn't really a large selection of sizes there, like we've got with the toolbox parts. But there is a fairly decent set of overall actual different types of parts. So it might be possible for us to take an existing forming tool and then just change the size or the shape a little bit. In the next video, we'll have a look at making our own custom tools, but in this one, we'll just have a look at modifying what we've already got there. This was how we left our part. So let's say we want to add a rectangular flange. We could just open the design library, open the forming tools folder, find the tool that we want, and then drag it into the part, and then place it where we want. And then that rectangular flange is added. But the chances of us wanting to use a flange that's exactly the size are pretty low really. But there is a fairly high chance that we do want a rectangular flange, but we just want to set our own size. So we can actually change the shape and then use that tool again. And the first stage of this is to find an existing tool that we want to modify. So in this example, we know that we want to use a rectangular flange. So we can use the same tool and just modify it. Open the design library sidebar again, then find the tool that we want to modify. So in this case it's the rectangular flange, and then right click on the tool and press open. And this will actually open the part for the tool. So we can see in this case, it's quite a simple part really. It's just a solid body with some fillets essentially. To change the size and shape of that, all we need to do is just click on the part, and we can see that it's made up of these underlying dimensions. So it's 20 wide and it's 30 long. So we can just double click on those dimensions and change them. So I'm gonna make it maybe 50 long. And then make it a bit thinner, say maybe 10 wide. And if it doesn't update right away, we can just rebuild by pressing the rebuild icon up here or by pressing Ctrl B. And now we can see the tool is a lot thinner and longer. But we might have noticed that around this edge, now this fillet doesn't seem to have been created properly. We've lost some of the fillet that goes all the way around. And if we drag back to the model, we can see what the problem is. So let's go all the way back to the start of the model. So we started off with this base feature. Then we added the top section that we actually wanted to cut out. Then we filleted the four corners. And then we filleted all the way around. But because the base section is now the exact same size as the top section, the second fillet doesn't go all the way around. So we just need to increase the size of the base. So I increased the top of the tool by 20mm length. I'm gonna also increase the base by the same amount. So I'm just gonna click on that base feature. And then double click on the number, the 50mm here. Just gonna change it from 50 to 70. Just so we're keeping a base that's a little bit larger than the top feature all the way around. And now if we rebuild, that second fillet has gone all the way around. So that base feature is really just there, so we can get that fillet all the way around. In the next step, that base is actually completely cut off, but we've still got that rounded edge of the fillet. And we kind of need that rounded edge, because if we imagine this area is actually bending the metal. So if we have a really sharp edge, then it might cause issues, maybe tearing or crinkling the material. And it's also just much easier to machine this rounded edge on the forming tool itself. Now we've made all the changes we wanted to forming tool. So let's save this part as a new part. And we can do this by going to save as. This means that we're gonna keep the old part as well. And so if we have any other parts or features that are made using the old forming tool, then they won't be affected by this new change, because it's gonna be an entirely new part. So I'm gonna go to File, Save As. Now we are still in the Forming Tools folder, and it's usually easier to save into this folder, because then Solidworks will usually recognize this part as a forming tool straight away. So I'm gonna call our new tool Rectangular Flange Long. I've already used this name before. So when I press OK, it gives me a warning. Just gonna press OK. And I'm gonna resave that. And now if we open the design library again, and we open the extruded flange folder, we should see our new tool is in there. If we don't see it there, maybe if we saved it in a different folder, then the tool might not appear there. And if so, just click this button at the top, Add to Library, then go and find our part, and then choose the folder we want to save it in, and then press OK. Now if we go back to our sheet part, we can switch documents by pressing Ctrl and Tab. We can see the original flange cutout is still the same, because we haven't actually changed the original part, because we saved the new flange as a new part. But now we can open the design library, and we can actually drag in that new forming tool. So we can see there that the flange is the same sort of shape, but it's a little bit longer and thinner. If we wanted to, we could edit the feature. We could change the angle, change the position, and so on. And that's how we modify forming tools. So to recap, modifying forming tools is fairly straightforward, and it's a bit of quicker way than making a custom tool. I'd recommend that first we find a tool that's similar to what we want to use. Then right-click on the tool in the design library and open it. And then make our changes. Then save the part as a new file, so we can still use the old one, and we won't change any old features made using the original tool. If we save it in the same forming tools folder, then it should be added to the library. If not, we can also add it manually by pressing the Add to Library button. Then we can use that forming tool just like any of the others. And if we have any issues or errors when we are using our new tool, then just double check that all of our fillets look okay. And we might need to increase the size of our base feature, just so we don't have any issues with fillets there. In the next video, we'll have a look at making entirely custom forming tool. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you like. I hope it can be a little helpful and useful.